Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us here on After GMS. It is Friday.
Woo!
A fantastic Friday. A feel-good Friday.
A fresh Friday.
There you go. Thank you.
Yes.
I wanted to keep it going. I didn't know how. I ran out of gas. Speaking of gas, we're going to be talking about the Fast and Furious franchise and how long that's been going on. We're going to be asking you about your favorite series. But before we do that, how about some introductions, Meg?
Yeah, so I'm Megan Malaris alongside Tracy McCain, Stacy Spivey, and Christian Morgan, and this beautiful forecast that is right there appropriately in the center monitor. A beautiful look at downtown Greensboro, but it's not going to last very long.
No, it has to go away. Like all good things, it must come to an end. Call me crazy, and I am, but if you step outside, that cool, refreshing air just kind of has a smell to it, doesn't it? And it's a good smell too. Take a step outside this morning. Beautiful morning across the Triad too. Live look at the Triad on our Weather Camera Network. Upper 50s and low 60s all across the board out the door this morning. Here's the plan as we go throughout the day. Mainly a dry day of weather, mix of sun and clouds. We'll be back into the upper 70s to near 80, and there is at least the chance of an isolated shower or pop-up thunderstorm, although again, I think most of us are going to stay dry. High pressure moving away from us. It's been seated up to our north, but it continues to push off the coast. Meanwhile, there is this stationary front off the coast of North Carolina as well. And as it inches back to us, that high pressure moving away will change our wind direction coming out of the south and out of the southeast. So all of our air is coming in off of the ocean. That will kind of help to act and aid in shower and thunderstorm development for the next few afternoons. And the heat really is just kind of on and building over the next few days. Today, we'll call for a high of 80 degrees, watching for that isolated shower or pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening, and then tonight, partly cloudy skies. We'll drop it back into the mid-60s going into your Saturday weekend. Really not all that bad. Temperatures are in the mid-80s and that humidity works its way back in. But again, in very summer-like fashion, we'll just have the chance for an isolated shower or pop-up thunderstorm each of those afternoons. Maybe you're getting away this weekend, going to the beaches. Things look good from the Grand Strand up to the Crystal Coast of North Carolina, low 80s. And again, also the chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm there. Mainly inland, that sea breeze should keep any of the showers and thunderstorms away from you if you're spending time on the sand. Water temperature off the coast of Wrightsville Beach, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. And the heat and humidity are on heading into next week, upper 80s, closing in on 90 by Monday and Tuesday.
Well, when it's raining outside, that means it's a good time to go to the movie theater, right? And after more than a year of waiting and promotions, F9 finally arrives in theaters today. The 9th installment of the Fast and Furious series is the widest theatrical release during the pandemic. As I tell you more, let us know what your favorite movie series is. You can go ahead and comment below in the Facebook live stream. There are high hopes for this film to stir up the summer box office as people have been kind of hesitant to return to theaters. Deadline reports pre-sales are strong and it's already closing in on $300 million overseas. F9 was originally scheduled to open Memorial Day weekend 2020. Now, as for moviegoers, Deadline says people under 40 are going back to theaters, and that's seen in the turnouts of A Quiet Place Part 2 and Godzilla vs. Kong, which recently became the second title to cross $100 million during the pandemic. With the Fast and Furious series being one of the most popular series of all time, I asked you on Facebook what your favorite is. Freddy's is The Godfather. Dwayne says Star Wars. Abilene loves the Twilight Saga. Edward's favorite is Back to the Future. And Cherokee's is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So let us know in the comment section below what your favorite movie series is. I'm always going to go with Harry Potter. I put on the stream, I was like, I'm a Harry Potter nerd. I will admit it. I read all the books, a couple of them more than once. They are really long books, so, but love the movies. I've seen them so many times. We actually just watched them a couple of weekends ago because they recently put them on HBO Max, and I love them. I could sit there all day and just watch every movie and never get tired of it.
Is there one movie in particular, like which part in the series?
I really like The Prisoner of Azkaban because it is a story within the whole story of Harry Potter. You kind of get like the backstory behind everything, and I think that's why I like it the most.
Okay.
You learn a lot about Harry's parents, specifically his dad and his godfather. So, and then you learn more about like the good versus the evil.
Are the movies as long as the books? Because I never finished any of the books. They were just too long for me.
The movies are really long, so you have to be willing to,
don't know if I
sit
could
there
do it.
forever. Especially the last. So the last 2 movies, they did. There's 7 books and there are 8 movies because they split the last book into 2 movies.
Oh,
Wow.
it's that long of a book? I'm out.
Yeah, it's like this thick.
Nope.
Christian likes Big Brown Bear.
I like the books with a lot of pictures in them.
Good night, Moon.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right, Christian, you have us laughing this morning. What is your favorite movie series?
Actually, I'm a Fast and the Furious kind of
Really?
fan. I always have been. But I was telling Tracy, before the show here, I almost we're kind of running out of ideas, right? It's all the same concept now. Drive fast, take chances. So, I mean, I really enjoy the series, and I've always been into cars. But I think at this point now, I think we've had enough.
Yeah. So, when we talked about this, I said, yeah, I'm kind of tired of the movies, but I can take Tyrese
Yeah.
any day. He's just a great actor. No, get your minds out of the wrong place. He's a great actor. So anyway, I'm going to say my favorite movie series. I was going back and forth between The Avengers and The Godfather. The Godfather is just great. I mean, I just love the movies. Probably because they build off of each other, and then they have flashbacks, and then they kind of take you into the future. But then there's some real aspects of it. They kind of just change the names of instead of the Corleone family. It's based off of a real crime family. So it's just great. It's just my favorite. But Avengers takes me to a different place. I'm oh, if I could be a superhero, this is what I would do. And I love using my imagination, so that's I think why I like the Avengers too.
So Tracy, I'm gonna break your heart. I've never seen the Godfather series.
Yeah, I can see that, because usually people who like the Godfather, I'm just going on a limb, don't like Harry Potter.
Or Disney.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Disney
kidding.
is not.
She just loves Disney.
Yeah, Marvel is just recently added to Disney.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I could see how the two don't really align.
I've just never seen it. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
willing to try it out.
I would love to watch it with you.
It's a very long movie,
Yes.
right? I mean, that's a commitment as well.
And that's
Watching
what I
a
love.
Godfather
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
have a Saturday to just watch them, and they used to come on TBS
Tomorrow.
all day.
Yeah.
And I used to love it. And I remember when my husband and I were getting married, it was a marathon, and I was like, so you sit here and you get to know me better and you watch this with me.
Oh my gosh.
So
that
yeah,
is
we
so
did
funny.
that.
What I'm learning is that you guys like things that take a long time, and my attention span is just really, really short.
Oh my goodness.
That's so funny. So I admittedly am not a huge movie buff. I
Yeah.
much prefer reading. I love books. I especially love historical fiction. I do like streaming series about historical fiction. I mentioned, The Crown, Victoria, The Tudors, several other ones I've watched recently. As far as movies, though, I really had to think about this one. I guess I would go with Toy Story. I mean, that's a classic. I remember going to see those movies when I was younger, and each movie was still as good as the first. Of course, there's no replicating the original, but it's a talent when movie producers can make subsequent movies that are just as good or have just as interesting of a plot line as other ones. So I guess I'll go with that. Twilight, though, is good too. I'm not super into fantasy, but those movies are captivating. So Stacey, what are people saying on our feed here?
Nadine says definitely Harry Potter. Girl, I like ya. Let's see. Bobby says Fast and the Furious as well. Jason, it's the Rocky series. I haven't heard anyone say that. That was the first one.
Oh, wow.
Carol also loves Toy Story. She says simple and no violence. Toy Story is just, they're just so good. That
it's a
one
classic,
though,
too.
yeah, the third one made me cry. I cried a lot at the theater seeing that one. Heather says she likes all the Marvel movies and the Harry Potter series too.
I forgot, Megan just put up something in the feed and I totally forgot all about it. The historical fiction, The Crown, Victoria Tudors, how you mentioned that. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I also love those. I mean, I
So
think
good.
that's how we really bonded.
Yeah. The last movie I think we saw, at least I saw in theaters, was with you, and it was about Mary Queen of Scots.
Exactly, that's what it was called, it was Queen of Scots.
Oh, that
Yes.
movie's really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's probably where we go.
Yeah, definitely. All right, this was a fun talker. We have another one coming up in a moment, but we do have some Friday morning headlines to get to, so let's start with those. In your national headlines today, the former Minneapolis police officer convicted in the death of George Floyd is set to receive his sentence. In April, a jury found Derek Chauvin guilty of second and third degree murder as well as second degree manslaughter. He faces up to 40 years in prison. Prosecutors are asking for a 30-year sentence, but because Chauvin does not have a past criminal history, experts say based on Minnesota sentencing guidelines, he could get 10 to 15 years. We will keep you updated on this. Search teams are still looking for Teresa Villano, the tuber who is missing after going over a dam last week on the Dan River. Villano was one of 9 family members involved in the tubing accident. 4 people died and 4 others survived. Yesterday, a man from Danville offered up his time and airboat to help. County leaders say they've now exhausted all resources and will follow up only on leads going forward. Renters struggling to cover their housing expenses can breathe a sigh of relief. The CDC is extending the eviction ban for another month, giving renters more time to pay back rent or find somewhere else to live. The ban has been in effect more than a year now, helping people out of work keep a roof over their heads as they figure out how to pay the bills. This is supposed to be the last extension on the ban. Of course, this is an ongoing discussion in our legislature. Assistance is still available through federal funds for those who need it. Remember, there are different programs for county and city residents. Find more information about which assistance is available in your area on our website. We also have the eligibility requirements, links, and phone numbers posted there too. Today, the North Carolina Senate is expected to vote on the state budget bill. Republicans put the bill together, and it includes several tax cuts, raising the zero tax bracket to $25,500, income tax rate lowering to 5%, and the child tax deduction increasing $500 per child. Democrats argue the bill misses a big opportunity to give a big bump in teacher pay. The bill offers a $13 minimum wage to school workers, but Governor Cooper plans to call for a larger increase. The bill does have some bipartisan support. Today's vote determines if it will move to the House.
Well, it is Friday. Time to take a moment, think about what's good and what's going on in your life and how they all relate.
Yeah, it's time for a little reflection. It, of course, can change your mood, especially given all that's going on in the world. So I asked you on my Facebook page, Mega Malaris News, to tell me something good, big or small, that happened in your life recently. Heather and her fiance set up their new grill and made hot dogs. Time consuming, but worth it. Bill had a big payday. Melissa got married June 12th. Shelby saw a granddaughter again after so many months. Nikki got blue lowlights just because they make her happy. Robin's husband had a successful hip replacement surgery. Alex is on a journey to stop smoking. Joe and Debbie welcomed their 3rd grandson. Carol got a visit from her daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter from New York. Lori flew to Arizona to see her daughter and son-in-law. Sandra has been spending more time with her youngest grandson. Judy had her first cataract surgery and everything went well. Glenda is thankful for a much-needed vacation with family, saying COVID was tough on everyone. And Diane is so happy to see smiles on people's faces every day. They remind her of the wonderful world we live in.
Those were all great things.
Yes.
Can't wait to hear, well, I know what Stacy's is. Stacy, do you have something you would like to share with us about today?
Today is my last day here.
Yay.
It's going into maternity leave, not last day in news
Yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah. You're coming back.
Yeah, I'll be back in a few months, but starting Monday we'll be on maternity leave. Still not sure exactly when Baylor's going to be here, but of course I'm going to keep you guys updated on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll let you know when she arrives and give you all the things like how big she is and how we're doing and stuff. But I'm really happy just to be able to kind of have a break this weekend. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe she'll come. I don't know. And just kind of relax a little bit before she gets here, because I know my world is about to be turned upside down. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we get to everybody else's Tell Me Something Good, let me just say, I know you're going to be a great mom.
Yes.
I know you probably have some anxiety surrounding the unknown, but we're praying for your birthing experience, that it is fantastic and smooth, and of course, the moments after, that you are relaxed and calm and just excited and happy to welcome this beautiful baby. We'll be praying for you. We'll be thinking of you, and stay in touch.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Great
It's like
mom.
overwhelming to hold your baby, especially your first, I'm sure for the first time. I remember how I felt when I experienced it. So Stacey, we're so excited for you. Like Tracy said, you are just such a loving, compassionate, kind person. You have these motherly instincts. I remember the first time you met my son Christian, you just grabbed his little hand and we're walking around and he was like, okay, I'll go with this stranger. She looks trusting. And so it's just so sweet. And we cannot wait to get that text that she's been born.
Oh, thank you, Meg.
All right, Christian, before you tell us you're something good, share your good wishes with Stacey, because we want to make her feel great as she heads into this next chapter.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to miss you, Stacey, but we're so excited for you and so excited for your husband, and we can't wait for your family to grow and for our family here at News 2 to grow. And I'll just echo what Tracy said. I mean, you're such a sweet and caring person, and I know you're going to be a great mom to Baylor.
Oh, Christian, thank you. Y'all are so sweet.
It's true.
Y'all are sweet. I'm excited. It's going to be weird not coming in but
No.
I'll be watching you guys and keeping up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll be up early too. So
Yes, that is a fact.
All right, Christian, tell us you're something good.
I guess my something good today is that, of course, in the weather world, there's a lot of us, and we communicate and talk back and forth a lot. And actually, a couple of our guys from the Carolina Weather Group, it's actually a group of meteorologists that Chief Meteorologist and Tim Buckley and myself, we communicate with them and we kind of show up in some of their podcasts and we share weather information back and forth. And it's been a long time, probably 2 years since we actually had a Carolina Weather Group meetup. And so a few of us today are actually going to go play golf this afternoon and see each other for after about 2 years that it's been. So that'll be nice to kind of get back together and swing the golf club with some friends and eat a nice meal.
Awesome. Meg, do you want to go?
Yeah, so my Tell Me Something Good, I posted a little video on my Facebook earlier this week. We were out on a family walk, which we normally do every evening right before dinner. And we heard this sound in the woods and we looked over and my son Christian was like so excited and we're like, what is he smiling about? It was a brand new baby deer that had just been born, making all the little baby deer sounds, and he just got the biggest kick out of seeing that. He loves animals, and so it's just a really sweet moment. And you know, seeing nature and the world through a child's eyes is such a special experience.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So mine is about one of my children.
Okay.
I know. Can you guess which one? I mean, at this point.
Youngest one.
Oh, it's the oldest.
Okay.
So I know, 1 out of 3, right? So we know we have a special child. We know that he's athletically inclined and that he's very smart. But recently we had him tested to see, you know, just how smart he is, and he tested at a 2nd grade level.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, he's reading, he's writing, he's doing multiplication and division, and I just feel like, you know, the best mom, like I did something personally to make this happen. I mean, we have worked with him, flashcards and things like that, but I'm just really happy that we're providing this great opportunity for our son. So,
Aww.
That's awesome.
yeah, he's such a
Love
smart
him.
guy. I knew he was smart. I just didn't know how smart.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like, go to college.
All right, he's going to be tutoring
Now.
everybody else in the class.
Well, now that's the other problem is, you know, keeping his attention, which is something I
Right.
told, you know, his teacher going into school. I was like, hey, listen, you know, he needs a challenge. So if you feel like, because he starts kindergarten in the fall, but, you know, we have a decision to make. Do we skip kindergarten and go to 1st grade? I would never skip and go to 2nd just because he's only 5. But I think we're just going to stick with kindergarten for at least, you know, this first
Yeah.
part, get him adjusted, and then see what happens. So
That attention thing is one thing they talked a lot to my mom and dad about when I was young.
keeping your attention.
Keeping my attention.
Yeah, long movies.
No long books, no long movies. As long as there's a lot of pictures and it's short and sweet.
Short and
That
sweet.
is so funny.
I love it. Well, if you need a tutor, I'm pretty good at
Listen,
flashcards.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I will.
If you need help with multiplication, just ask 5-year-old Josiah. He will help you.
Seriously.
Evidently.
Listen, there's some calculus involved in meteorology, and in TV meteorology, we don't do a lot lot of it. So I'm where I should be.
Yeah, no, he loves science too. So he wants to be a football player who plays for the Raiders, but also is a meteorologist and a lawyer.
Well,
That's when you ask him what
All
he
right.
wants to do. That's what he says.
he can do it, I'm sure.
Do it all.
Yeah.
big aspirations,
We'll
but
see.
he is
All right.
awesome.
So what are people saying online about their good news?
Lots of good stuff happening. Let me scroll up to find it. Sorry. Oh, and of course now my Facebook feed's not working. So if y'all can see it, I know there was a lot of good ones on there. I think Carol had lost some weight and she was really excited about
Great
that.
job.
Somebody
Yeah.
was hanging out with, I think, a grandchild, but if y'all can see it, let's see.
Yeah, I got it. So Carol said, lost 20 pounds this month so far.
Nice.
Yay me! Nadine said her fiance and 2 boys are moving in on Monday. She said, pray for me. It'll be great, Nadine. That is so awesome. Let's see, Bobby said it's Friday. He gets paid today. Overtime check.
Whoop, whoop.
That's exciting. And Saturn is performing a concert July 11th at Downtown Karaoke in Center City Park. That sounds like a lot of fun.
That's cool.
And then lots of well wishes coming in for Stacy,
Yes.
saying she's going to be an amazing mom. Joanne mentioned she has vacation soon, so lots of good vibes on this Friday.
Yeah, and especially with the weather being as great as it is, you know, for the
perfect.
last few days. You're right. That's the perfect word, Stacy. Perfect.
Yeah.
And we had a stretch of it. When does that happen in June? At the end of June. Christian, I guess you would know, but
Well, this
It was a-
week.
it was more of a, you know, kind of like throw it out there question. But if you have the answer.
It's really hard to come by. You know, it really doesn't happen. And when it happens, it's kind of a nice surprise, right? Of course, when it does happen, it can't really last very long. It's just hard to do in the month of June. We get a lot of sunshine, we get a lot of humidity, and that will be working its way back in. Not really so much right now. It's a really comfortable morning outside. Temperatures climbing up to near 80 this afternoon, but as you go into the middle of the afternoon and into this evening, you'll notice starting to get a little bit more muggy than it has been the last couple days. That heat and humidity will continue on the increase as we go throughout the weekend and into next week. We'll also run the chance of an isolated shower or a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon, although I think the better chance for that is going to be down to our south and to our east. Most of us in the Triad should stay dry. A little bit of an increased chance for showers and thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday, but we're getting hot and muggy next week, near 90 Monday and Tuesday.
Ooh. All right, so this is why we have to enjoy things as, wait, did you guys switch?
Oh,
It's magic.
it.
It's
I
magic.
love it. It's so great. It's just funny because, you know, these last few days have been so absolutely gorgeous, and then we have this 89-degree weather, and it's just like, I hope that doesn't stick around for too long, but it looks like it could.
It's hard to ever really get used to anything,
Yeah.
right? Now we know how it goes in North
Yeah.
I
Carolina.
mean, this is what it is in North Carolina. Mother
what it
Nature can never make up her mind.
Nope.
We just deal with it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of mothers, again, Stacy, we wish you the best. Hopefully it's a nice, cool day outside when you go to deliver your precious little girl.
Well, thank you guys. Like I put in the chat, you know, I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on social media, so you can just follow me for all that, and I'll let you know as soon as I can. I'll be sending you guys a text though,
Okay,
probably pretty soon.
And we'll be like, oh, we got the text!
She's here!
We're going to just erupt.
Exactly.
Let's hope that that's soon. I'm ready.
Okay.
We are.
All right, well, that was great, a great segment, but we're gonna wrap it up on this Friday by showing you some of the moments that really just left us bawling in tears. All the funny moments of the Good Morning Show.
This is the best of GMS. Have a nice weekend.
See ya.
And that's Denise McMillan reporting on the vaccine lottery drawing that happened yesterday as we await the winner's name. I've been trying to check my spam email this morning to see if I missed the memo about me winning. I don't think I'm the one.
Spoiler alert, you're not getting any money because I didn't win either.
Get your credit cards ready. It's Amazon Prime Day.
Stacy, my credit card stays ready. It's always warmed up.
Good. That's good.
I am not an Aggie, but my family, I belong to a long line of Aggies, so by affiliation, I get to say Aggie Pride. Like by affiliation.
I had a big date with Claudette. We had a great time tracking the storm.
Hey Ed, who paid, you or Claudette?
I paid. I said, I'll pay if you'll get out of here real fast. Leave me. Get out. This date is over.
I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris, Ed Matthews, and the only one with the last name that begins with an S, Stacy Spivey.
I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I'd love to see like Led Zeppelin, Leonard Skinner, Ozzy
yes.
Osbourne come back, The Who. I mean, so many good choices.
I did
of
not
rock
know
bands.
this side of
Yeah.
Megan.
No, definitely not Ozzy Osbourne. I didn't see that from Megan.
So
but
funny.
I have met your dad and I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, light me some kiss.
I can almost imagine you in leather pants, not tight, not tight ones,
Oh,
but
Yeah, they would be tight now. They would be, but they would be. I doubt if I could fit into a pair. We don't even want to go there.